Right now, I'm going to presentate about the operating system file project. It's about virtual machine, and me and Adjie is going to present about VirtualBox. This is our group. We are group 11. I am Raffa Dharmawan, and my groupmate is Mirza Adjie. So, what is a virtual machine? A virtual machine is like a computer inside a computer. Computers are made of physical parts called hardware, so components like CPU, RAM, GPU, storage drive, SSD, etc. Virtual machines also have that, but all their components are virtual, so they need a dedicated amount of CPU, memory, and storage that are allocated from the physical host computer. This also means that a single computer can host many virtual machines at once, as long as it has enough resources to share to each virtual machine. Other than using virtual components, virtual machines behaves very similarly to a normal computer. Virtual machines can run inside an enclosed window, allowing it to run an entirely different operating system than the hosting computer. For an example, using a computer like Windows as the operating system can be used to run a virtual machine, which in that virtual machine runs Linux as the operating system. Being inside an enclosed window also means that a virtual machine cannot interfere with the host's operation. So this is a few use cases of our virtual machine. One of the first use case is using multiple types of operating system using one hardware. So one computer can host many virtual machines. This means that each iteration of virtual machines inside a host system counts as a different system independently. That is why a single hardware can run multiple operating systems at once, as long as the hardware has enough resources to share between all the virtual machines. Next is cost saving. Same as the first one, being able to host more than one virtual machine, especially when each machine is only doing simple office tasks like opening Word, Excel, and others, can help to cut down costs because you only need one hardware that can host multiple machines at the same time. The next one is redundancy and data security. Virtual machines itself can be stored as a snapshot. This is like keeping a screenshot of all the processes that has happened or is happening at that time and keeping all the data and the states of the machines. These snapshots then can be copied, transferred, or even sent to another user. This functionality means that any data inside the virtual machines can be easily backed up and stored as a redundancy in case of a data loss. The next one is it is a safe space to test unknown or suspicious apps and analyzing malware or viruses. Because of the isolated nature of virtual machines, the simulated machines cannot interfere with the host. That is why testing for malware and suspicious application is usually done inside the virtual machine. If anything goes bad, then there is almost no chance that the malware will spread to the host machine, unless there is user error, of course, and the host can just simply terminate the virtual machine, and the termination of the virtual machine will also destroy the malware in the process. So the next one is very niche but very useful. It is software development environment. So by using virtual machines, different departments of developer can have their own separate environment fitted best to their needs. This can help the efficiency of development. Well, for an example, one developer needs to use a program that works best on macOS, but the other developer prefer to use Linux instead. While with virtual machines, both can have their desired environment at the same time without disturbing the workflow of others. So the next I'm going to explain about VirtualBox. VirtualBox is a Type 2 hypervisor. What does that mean? So a Type 2 hypervisor mean that the virtualization runs on top of the host operating system. So to run the VirtualBox, you first need to have an operating system running, so like Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Well, the good thing is VirtualBox can run on almost everything. I even have read some that a VirtualBox can also be run on Android, but yeah, that will be another. So VirtualBox is developed by Oracle, and its performance is a little bit hindered because it's a Type 2 hypervisor. Uh, that is because the Type 2 hypervisor needs to take resources that's already taken by the host OS, so it cannot fully utilize all the hardware power because some of it is already used to run the host. So why do we pick VirtualBox? Well, to put it simply, is very easy to use. VirtualBox offers one of the most easy to use VMs. From the installation process to the UI and the UX, VirtualBox is very recommended for new users. And it is also open source. VirtualBox is free and has a lot of extensions that is free to use. No licensing needed for any use case. Oh, for the use case, we would suggest to use VirtualBox only for low or mid-scale business operations or home or personal use. We do not recommend it for commercial use because the performance hindering because of the Type 2 hypervisor will be apparent in higher scales. So the VirtualBox itself supports a lot of operating systems from Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Oracle. I've even read about some that managed to run Android on hypervisor, but it is a very rare occurrence, and I don't think there is like an official support to run Android on VirtualBox. And that is all. The next part will be continued by Adjie. He will be teaching a tutorial to install and run VirtualBox. Thank you.
Okay, now we are going to download VirtualBox. First and foremost, we go to the website virtualbox.org and we press download. So we're gonna use a Windows host. So we're gonna press Windows host here. I've already downloaded this, the VirtualBox. So that's that. Now, for the operating system, we are going to use Ubuntu. So Ubuntu is basically the Linux version, and it's much more lighter than Windows. So we've debated for quite some while, and we've decided to just install Ubuntu for this to download. We just go to the Ubuntu download and then just download it. It'll take a while. It will take a while because it's 5 gigabytes, but I've also downloaded that too. So if you don't, after you download both of, mm, okay, after you download both of them, we can now proceed to the installation. Now we open the virtualbox.exe, click yes, and then we start installing it. We see here, press next, view terms of service. Now the location, you can put it anywhere. I'm gonna put it on my SSDB, then press OK, then press next, And then and we create a new file. And we create a new file. The name's gonna be OVM. And OK. And then we press next. And then we just press yes. You can always press next again. Press install. Now we're gonna wait. Now, after it's finished, we can finally press finish and open it. After we finished, we have our VirtualBox manager. Now we are almost finished. We just need to add our operating system. To do that, we go to new and then we place our other VirtualBox machine somewhere. So I'm going to make a new folder which is called VM, and we select this folder and name it Ubuntu. Now, we select the ISO file which download the Ubuntu, like so. After we finish, we just press next. Before that, we need to press the skip unintended installation and go press next. For this, the recommended RAM is 2 gigs, 2 gigabytes of RAM, but I'm gonna ramp it up to 4 gigabytes. And then we press next. And the hard drive, it shows here, it's 25 gigabytes. That is pretty good. You just press next. And then see everything. Things good. It's finished. And then there you have it. We have our virtual machine. Lastly, we need to go to settings and then ramp up the video memory to 128 megabytes. And that's it. Now we just have to start it. We press try or install Ubuntu by pressing enter. And it should install Ubuntu. Now we are greeted with this. All you need to do now is press install Ubuntu. And I will prepare. Now we need to choose our language, which is English. Now this is the accessibility for Ubuntu. We just press next because we don't need to change anything. The keyboard layout, just press next. And then this is the important part, which is we use wire connection because we cannot put Wi-Fi in this. And then there we go. All we need to do is just press install Ubuntu. And then we press interactive install, just press next. Default selection. Install third-party software. And download install support of any additional media formats. And then do not be alarmed because the erase this, because it's not gonna delete anything from our PC. It's just gonna delete the virtual machines, and plus the virtual machines is empty. So we just press next, and then we create our account. So our account is, then it's already. Then we choose our password, and then press next. Press next again. Lastly, we just press install. Now Once it's finished, we can just press restart now and it will restart itself. Not your PC, but your virtual machine. Now, we only need to log in using the password that we just set and the username. And then we're finally in Ubuntu. You can check the change log, skip for now, and just do whatever you like. We can also go to file, search for this. We can open terminal. We can do whatever what Ubuntu does. You can go to file and open terminal. And then desktop. Then we can do whatever we like because it's already installed. So that's it.